Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is game number 2 between Sage Gaming as well as the Power of Believe. Now, do note that this will be the last game. Both teams are playing Sage Gaming right now. They are one game up in this series. If they can get this one, they'll finish the tournament with 7 points. However, POB, very unfortunate for them. They are 0 points right now. We are still expecting. This is a team that finished third place. We're very close finishing position against RSG. They nearly won Resurgence in the Nexus Championship. Seems like they're just not able to improve and catch up from this team. But huge shout out to this team for showing up, for being in this tournament, and making sure that they try their best regardless of the result so far. So huge props to them for that. Now it seems like we have the draft ready, and we are going into Sky Temple. Oh, sorry, Infernal Shrines. Sage is going to be on the left side, POB on the right side. Do note that this Battleground has been decided by Sage Gaming. They did have the option for the second game. They picked Battleground, Matt pick, and POB with the first pick and ban. Banning out the ETC, Sage bans out Muradin. POB goes for Kilthas first pick. I'm expecting a Kilthas first pick, so yeah, there we go. So very, very nice to see KT getting picked up. Infernal Shrines is a battleground in which Kilthas does provide a lot of value with Chain Bomb, as well as Living Bomb going down in the early phases. That Flame Strike going to kill a lot of those Guardians at those shrines. Sage now with 2 more picks. We'll be expecting a bit of a Jaina pick maybe. Tyrande. It's open for pick right now, but Tyrande, because of the balance changes just 2 days ago, have been hit by a wave of nerfs, particularly in the department of the Luna Flare. So it does only apply 0.75 second stun, as well as having the Hunter's Mark, a Ranger's Mark talent change from 8 seconds reduction to just 6 seconds reduction. But Tyrande is still going to get picked up here. Pretty okay. The nerfs targeted at Tyrande doesn't remove her from the meta completely, but does still provide some fairgrounds. Now, she's still first pick material as it seems right now, but we'll see how this is going to pan out. So far in the Gold League, just over the last weekend, we saw Tyrande getting picked up, and losing games with Tyrande was kind of like the in thing. So Johanna now getting picked up as well, and POB does have 2 more picks right now. They will be thinking about that Jaina pick. Kilthas Jaina seems to be a very solid pickup here for Power of Belief. But having both mages, they are very squishy. You really want to have a very strong front line. And because you are first pick, you do have a bit of advantage in the first pick phase, which is right now. They may also want to consider picking up the Uther. But no ETC, and without ETC, you don't really need to force the Uther pick right now. Zagara is going to be an awesome pick. Didn't work out in the last game, primarily because of positioning problems, as well as Zazan getting caught out of position a lot of times. There we go. It is going to be the Jaina and Leoric pick. Really appreciate Jaina getting picked up as well as Kilthas. Leoric to throw it in. It just fulfills the map objective once again, but don't really have a very strong front line. And for Sage, they do have Johanna. Johanna with the Condemned, with Night Takes Pawn, will be able to clear out those Guardians very, very quickly. Of course, I don't think that Night Takes Pawn affects the Guardians anymore. We'll see. We'll find out. Uther getting picked up, getting banned out here. So no Uther. Sage, this only means that they may be thinking about going for a secondary support, banning out Uther because they don't want to pick it, or there's also the possibility that we may not see Malfurion and Tyrande, but they just don't want to have Uther on the set of POB. What this also means is that you're going to have a strong front line, Tyrande in the back line. Tyrande, because we don't really see a viable Tyrande in the form of damage right now, given the nerves on the damage talents from Tyrande. You don't have, like I mentioned before, Ranger's Mark getting nerfed down to 6 seconds, as well as the Luna Flare down to just about 0.75 seconds stun instead of the 1 full second. And you also got a Tassadar getting banned out, so they will try and deny a secondary support for the side of Sage Gaming. 2 more picks for Sage. Will definitely be seeing a lot of damage dealers this phase. Felstad kind of worked out well for them. Will not be surprised if they picked up Felstad again. There is also a lack of mobility instead of Power of Belief, so Felstad is going to be really awesome to zone out the front line. They're going to pick up Vala. Vala provides a lot of poke, a lot of, we could say, spontaneous, sustained damage coming from Vala. It is going to be Brightwing. Okay, so haven't seen Brightwing in a really long time, but we do have that Arcane Flare getting buffed up. The inner area will actually hurt right now. So when you throw Arcane Flare, remember that it didn't use to do enough damage, but now it does. Power of Belief with 2 more picks. Definitely thinking about the Malfurion. They did nerf the Tranquility a little bit, increasing the cooldown, I think, and heal amount. But it also at the same time buffed up Regrowth, which makes Malfurion a lot of an early game healer. Rhaegar is still the same, but it is going to be the Malfurion for Power of Belief. Husbands and wives splitting sights. POB now with 1 more pick. We'll definitely like to see another frontline hero. The pick of Brightwing here will signify a very aggressive frontline last pick for Sage. Will not be surprised if it is going to be Greymane. I would love to see Greymane, but it is going to be a Tyrael here for POB. POB with Tyrael and Leoric. It is going to be a pretty awesome frontline for Power of Belief. They do have Sanctification, which is a huge counter against a lot of range damage from Sage Gaming, like the Vala. That's the only range damage there. Tyrande probably can time the ending of the Sanctification and connecting it with just a Luna Flare. Luna Blaze upgrade is going to be so good as well. Brightwing throwing in the Arcane Flare. All of which are very awesome choices from Sage Gaming. Now POB. I like the fact Power of Belief have sufficient planning for keeping up both of the mages alive. But guys, in case you haven't heard, we're also going to be joined by a new mage, Li-Ming the Wizard from Diablo 3. Li-Ming, I think it's absolutely fun here to play. High skill cap as well on that hero. So it will be exciting to see how this is all going to unfold when she's launched into the Nexus. Now, Sage with the last pick. I like to see Greymane, but I'm thinking that once again, thinking about it, I like to see Greymane because I think that with Brightwing, this is enough support for Greymane. Absolutely. Do note that Greymane is allowed in the tournament today. And Sage, if I do recall correctly, they are only... okay, it is going to be an Arthas. So I thought it is going to be a good, you could say, hybrid range/melee assassin. But they opted to go for Arthas instead. Arthas is a very painful warrior. Does a great deal of AoE damage, but kind of shooting themselves in the foot. Picking up Arthas because Tyrael, he is a huge counter against Arthas with Sanctification and also the shields going out. Of course, Arthas does provide a lot of range damage, or rather range AoE, a small little range AoE. So that is going to work in the backline if it does manage to go to the backline. But I'm expecting that even if Arthas goes for Army of the Dead, Jaina, Kil'Thuzz, they're going to have a field day taking out those ghouls there. So not surprising, we'll see how this is all going to work out. Meanwhile, guys, let us know who you think is going to win in the chat. We got ourselves a very interesting game here with Arthas. It's been a really long time since I've seen Arthas. Like the comeback of Arthas in the current meta, it is absolutely refreshing. But Arthas in general is just one of those heroes that hasn't really seen much action since the last phase. So very, very much excited to see how that is going to work out. We've also got Johanna Arthas, which really fulfills the objective of this battleground. And that includes a lot of clearing of the Guardians as well. So it is going to be exciting to see how this is all going to work out. Brightwing had no action for the entire month in December. So now we're also going to see Brightwing coming out. This is kind of refreshing for me. I like that a lot. Okay, Tyrande, Johanna, Vala, Brightwing, Arthas. In terms of creativity, definitely will be rooting for Sage Gaming. But for Power of Belief, I think they've got a slightly better draft for one simple reason. The main fact is that they have got a lot of damage as well as great coverage there. Leoric, I'm expecting to be the Entomb. The Entomb is going to help cover up the front a little bit in the event that you see a lot of dive coming in from the backline like Vala. Of course, it takes a lot of skill to really land the Entomb in such a manner that you block out any retreat route, etc., etc. But it will be the it is going to be the Vala on the side of Sage Gaming, as well as on the side here for POB. We got the Kel'Thas as well as Jaina. Very, very standard and strong amount of damage coming out from Power of Belief. Do know that in the early game, I'm going to be expecting a lot of rotation coming out from both sides, but Jaina and Kel'Thas, they're kind of weak pre-13 and 16 respectively, so definitely have to see how this is all going to work out. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 between Sage as well as POB. And on the blue team, we got with us here Sage Gaming. Niaulra going to be playing as the Brightwing, Revenant onto the Arthas. We also, Niaulra, Revenant onto the Leoric. Does look like Arthas, Johanna actually. Does look like Arthas for a bit. Very confused by the mount there. Hyrene going to be playing as the Tyrande, Derp onto the Vala, last but not least, Psyche as the Arthas. And on the red team, we got Power of Belief, Chumming playing as the Leoric, the one true king. Zezan will be playing as the Kel'Thas, Mr. Deja Vu onto Tyrael, Malfurion being played by Anthony Scene. Last but not least, we also got Saber onto Jaina once again. Wishing Jaina a lot more success in this game. Was dealing only 15,000 damage in the last game. But here we go, already in it. That damage from POB, it's sufficient to take out the tower first. Mr. Deja Vu taking a little bit too much beating from that one there. Down to just about 60% HP. Meanwhile, mid lane, we do have Sage here. They're one game up, so they look very, very consistent, very strong. They didn't manage to do any damage against the structures, but looks to be pretty okay for them. Psyche as well as Hyrene with a bit of a rotation. Niaulra swings back down to the bottom lane. Mid lane not having any member from Sage here. Derb's going to soak up the EXP. A little bit out of range for soaking out the EXP, but we'll see. Yeah, there we go. Changing of position. This is going to be pretty refreshing to see. Revenant swings back down. This is going to be huge and fast clear from Revenant. And we also have Chumming just sweeping up the minions with the Skeleton Swing. Very, very good choice here from POB. Top lane, Derp against Saber. A lot of increased aggression from Saber. Already a Blizzard, unfortunately on cooldown, would have been an awesome pick-off regardless. There's a bit of slow there against Vala. Vala should still have Bolt. It will be hard. Chumming in the mid lane, a bit of beating here from Psyche as well as Revenant. Lands the Drain Hope, Zezan swings by. Saber as well. This is going to be a recipe for danger. Revenant dropping a lot of HP right now. Johanna pulling back once again, but Sai going to be able to wall out the front. So Revenant will be okay. Derp pulling back once again. Shrine's going to spawn on top. But they do have the Brightwing advantage in this battleground. That means a bit of increased EXP, so until the absolute critical moment in which a Brightwing needs to phase shift up to a target. So Deja Vu sidestepping a little bit away from the Howling Blast. So in terms of talent options, we do have Night Takes Pawn, Composite Arrow, Regen Master, Ranger's Mark as well as Hyper Shift. The cooldown of the phase shift by 2 seconds, the Soothing Mist going out. Very, very nice stack up as well as Kick the Blue coming in. So pure phase shift build on the Brightwing. Great connection on the Lunafer against Zezan, taking way too much damage in the front line, but they also lose Vala. So it's 1-for-1 right now. It's the Deja Vu playing aggressively, doing a little bit of right-click damage. Psyche getting rooted there by the Entangling Roots. Howling Blast connecting on 2 targets, Lunar Flare as well. Bit of extra damage there. Does not have the Evening Depth, so does not have the ability to catch up with those targets. That would have been a lot more damage. But going for Vampiric Strike regardless. Some extra heals. But I don't like Vampiric Strike for one reason. You really require your tier to play aggressively. There's the Malfurion with Scouting Drone as well as the Rampant Growth pickup. There's the Mana Addict as well as the Netherwind on Kel'Thas. That's the Snowstorm plus Conjures up on Jaina. And it looks like we do have Hardened Bones. Hold that thought. Chumming, look at the beating right there, but Agro Saber taking a lot of damage. Still coming from Tyrael, keeping the teammate up and alive. Hyrene dropping as well. Tyrande probably going to take the fall here. Dropping a lot of HP. There goes the Moon Burn. But it's not going to be enough. At the end, he will be. Down goes Tyrande. 2 men on the side. Sage Gaming very close, but they are already 32 Guardians up against 17. So POB needs to do a lot better than this if they want to get this Punisher. Revenant, a bit of a contest right there. Zasan dropping a lot of HP. Nice gravity lapse connecting just in the nick of time. Derp dropping way too low. Mr. Deja Vu with the smite not connecting. There we go. It will be enough. Revenant also dropping. Zasan with a lot of extra heal from the regrowth of Anthony Scene. That is due to the buff on Malfurion. Sage now a little bit desperate for this. Want to go in. But Jumming getting a lot of kills from Malfurion. 37. It seems like POB is going to get a first Punisher. They also get half a level lead right now. Looks like it's focus attack on Tyrande, destruction on Arthas, as well as Arsenal up on the Vala. We also got what looks like the Eternal Retaliation up on Johanna. Level 7. Clan's gonna be up on Malfurion. That's the beauty of having Malfurion. Clan's just got a little bit of a buff once again. Do note that now he can make a target ally unstoppable for 1 second, but not himself. So you cannot self-cleanse, but you can cleanse a target. You don't really need to pre-cleanse. That's the beauty of cleanse. So Malfurion does have that option. Banning on Uther, deny Sage of that option. But they do have Phase Shield, getting picked up at level 7. So a lot of increased shielding from Brightwing. I like that a lot. On the side of POB, we also got the Fusion Bomb being picked up by Killfast. There's also Frostbitten, a bit of increased damage bonus, 15%. Osin Renewal on Lyric with Heart and Bones picked up. A bit of a nice hybrid build on Lyric. Normally we'll see the Lingering Apparition, but Osin Renewal is also pretty okay. Kind of feels like it is a bit of a heal. It's pretty effective also while he is dead in Undying mode. Tyrael going for better momentum. Tyrael is one of those that does have the ability, all abilities reduced by 0.5 seconds. Some of those heroes don't have all abilities, only basic abilities, so it's important that you read the difference between those heroes there. Johanna, I know, also has got all abilities. So far, level 9 against level 8. And POB, very disciplined rotations. 5 kills against 2. Sage looking like they're in a little bit of trouble right now. Almost 2 full level lead. There we go, 1 full level lead, pardon me, on the side of POB. But they were in the same spot for game number 1. Just didn't have the ability to carry out this advantage through to the mid game. Sage pulling back, POB with the flank. Mr. Deja Vu goes in. Great Eldrin's might. Does not have enough follow-up from the rest of the team. He was in a good position there. Garden is going to spawn. The shrine is ready. There we go. Jumming. Activates the shrine. Brightwing still pushing the top lane. A bit of damage there from Lunar Flare. That is the beauty of Brightwing right now after buffing up the Arcane Flare. So level 10, both sides, they're ready for a fight. And we're looking at Tranquility, Phoenix, Water Elemental, and Tomb Sanctification. Very standard and expectable. Blink Heal for Brightwing. And a Shadow Stalk coming out for the Tyrande. We also got Sinragosa on Arthas. Hold that thought. Zasan taking a lot of damage and Tranquility not healing enough. There goes the Sinragosa, but still not enough damage. Sanctification getting popped there by Tyrael. Revenant dropping a lot of HP right now. Jumming goes in. And Tomb not used, or rather used already, but not very effective. Also going to see Lunar Flare connecting with the Deja Vu. Very nice defensive. Eldrin's Might is going to pop back. Brightwing takes the fall. Psych pulling back. Jumming still. Overextends a little bit, but we'll be okay. Pops the Wraithwalk. Pulling back once again. Anthony Scene is completely dry right now. Does not have enough mana. But 6 more Guardians it is before POB picks up this Punisher. The Deja Vu doing whatever he can. There goes a very awesome Blizzard. 2 more. That's all they need. Lunar Flare connecting on the Tyrael. Flame Strike comes in. And it seems like the Punisher is going to swing in favor here for Power of Belief. Sage now 11 against 11. Very close. They were able to suck up enough damage as well as EXP on both the top and mid lane. Bottom tower is going to take the fall. POB with the bottom lane push. Zasan. He is the key to unlocking all this wombo combo with Gravity Lapse. Punisher doing a lot of damage, zoning out the enemy with those eyes. You could say little flowers there. Fort's going to take the fall, but Punisher's also going to expire right here. So this is going to be it for POB. They opt to pull back. Healing Well's also gone. So far, Power Belief with a bit of a lead right now. Top lane, nice use of Iron Skin to deny the Gravity Lapse from Zasan. Scouting drone getting hit there by Hyrene. Great Entomb against the Tyrande. Of course, a huge counter, but Syndra Gosa's going to buy even more time. Now Malfurion's dropping a lot of HP as well. Psy's going to be able to pick up the Malfurion. Down goes Jaina as well. Now it seems like POB is going to be on the retreating end. Nelra dropping as well. Nelra with a bit of a blink heal, getting out of position. Hyrene's going to be okay. Hyrene's not going to be okay dropping there. There goes the Sanctification. Derp dropping a lot of HP. Jumping's going to be fine. Deja Vu not so much. Zazen swings by, lands a great Flame Strike. Revenant's also going to be here. Gravity Lapse not really in the right direction. Jumping, leading the frame. Is the Deja Vu dropping once again. Flame Strike connecting the back line. Tyro's looking for a target to burst, but does not connect on anyone. It is unfortunate, but it will be 3-for-1 exchange in favor for Sage, and it seems like Sage pulls back the lead, equalizes the game. Psych now, taking a bit of a damage from Living Bomb. We also got Saber pulling back. Mid lane, Zaza and Anthony Senior both here. Level 13 both sides. Let's talk a bit more about Talon options. We do have the Frost Shot for Vala. What looks like the Frost Shot, there we go. And a Shrink Ray up on Tyrande for utility. Ice Block up on Brightwing. I like that a lot. It seems like PUB has been just nicely focusing down the Brightwing. So it's really important that she gets the Ice Block just to stay alive. There's also the Spell Shield up on Johanna. Not going to play aggressively Burning Rage. Meanwhile, for POB, they do also have their own Ice Block on Malfurion. And Chain Bomb going to be up on that Kel'Thas. Improved Ice Block on Jaina. Burning Rage can be up on Lyric. And we also have Imposing Will on Tyrael. Shrine gonna spawn. POB reaches first. Sage catching up. Pops the Shadow Stalk. Peekaboo gonna buy some time. Nice root on the back line there. But there goes the Ice Block buying even more time. And also the Strafe Landing, but a great Sanctification. Keeping POB alive. Chumming. Leading the fray going in front. Lestian too, but drops at the end. Also gonna see the Chain Bomb doing a lot of work. Zazan now does have another Flame Strike connecting on Psych. A lot of damage against the backline of Sage, but they do lose that Lyric. 14 against 3 in terms of Guardians. Revenant taking a bit of a beating there. Gravity Lapse not connecting. Great Iron Skin. Popped there by Johanna. Psych. Again to the front line. Howling Blast not connecting. Jumping respawns as Lyric does not Entomb for the next 20 seconds. But the rest of POB pulls back once again. We also got a Sage just pushing forward. Revenant, another great condemn on multiple targets. Not snatching away. Jumping, unfortunately, the Skeletal Swing just a little bit too slow. Mr. Deja Vu leading the fray. Zasan's Phoenix, a little bit questionable, but it is serving as a zoning purpose for the next 30 seconds at least. 29 up against 15. Very close game. There goes the Living Bomb. Chain Bomb connecting on 2 targets. Both of them are support players. There goes yet another Shadow Stalk. A lot of AoE heals coming out here. No Tranquility for the next 30 seconds. Blessed Shield. This is going to be punishing against POB. There goes yet another Sanctification. And it seems like Malfurion also going to be able to pull back, but does take the fall at the end. Deja Vu dropping. Great Death Coil. Does connect. Tyrael goes down. 3 men down on the set of POB. Sage Gaming playing out of their minds right there. Great zoning, great control from the team in general. And Kel'Thas just overextends once again. 30 against 27. He was trying to secure a little bit extra Guardians because they're also close. But unfortunately, their hero just take a little bit too long. That's the second Shadow Stalk in which in the game of Sustain, over such a long duration, 2 supports better than 1. It's pretty clear to see that Sage is going to win a long-drawn fight. Arcane Punisher for Sage right now. They also 1 full level up. Jimmy getting stunned. There goes the chain stun. It's not got a stun meta without chain stun. Sentinel connecting as well. A great entangling root connecting only on the Vala. Jimmy taking a bit of a beating. Malfurion swings by. A lot more extra heals coming out from the team. Yet another 2-man stun from the Punisher. There goes the Syndra Gosa. Shadow Stalk coming in. Revenant with the flank on the back line. Tranquility healing a multiple targets. And there we go to Sanctification Pump just 19 Zazen. Not able to make it to the ring of safety. Dropping a lot of HP right now. Great Lunar Flag connecting. Kel'Thas goes down. But Derb's also getting saved by Nelra. A great fling heal. Keeps him alive. Jaina takes the fall. It seems like POB is losing this fight. 3 men down on that part. They're not able to secure enough bursts against Derp, against Nelra. Regardless the target, you name it, they have more than enough heals on the side of Sage. Lyric takes the fall once again. Keep now dropping down to 50% HP. POB still no level 16 and 30 seconds before the whole team respawns. Probably may just be game here. 10 seconds before 3 of them comes back. Mr. Deja Vu should not go down here. He is able to pull back with Eldruin's might. Unfortunately, Punisher does expire. Gravity Lab's not connecting. Phoenix, a bit of a waste as well. Anthony seen with the chase. Yeah, Jerming respawns as well. Nice blink kill there by the Brightwing. Does also have got the ice block. Great Entomb only on Ravenant, but he does have the Ant Skin. There goes the Strafe on the back line. Should be playing a little bit more aggressively. Great Lunar Flag connecting on multiple targets. Blessed Shield as well. There goes the Sanctification, but only on one target. Will not be enough. Jumping the front line, taking a lot of damage. Mr. Deja Vu with the Eldruin's might pulling back. The team stays alive. But not for long. Sage now, 18 against 15. 3-level lead. Very convincing team fights. They don't have enough mana, but they do play it smart. They play it wise. I think they are all very focused on only one target. On the side of POB, I don't see the synergy. It's not on the same level. You don't see enough bursts on the same target, unfortunately. POB, Zazan, a bit of increased damage against Sage Gaming right there. That Brightwing took a bit of beating there from Living Bomb. So far, Sage needs this win to get a total of 6 points. No, actually, a total of 4 points. Hold that thought. There goes Syndra, goes out. Great ice block by Malfurion. He tries to pull back. Lunar Flare not connecting. Phoenix dealing a lot of damage to those targets there. They have a lot of heals coming from the Soothing Mist of that. Also gonna see Bouncy does. It bounces the nearby ally upon impact, so that's a lot more heals on that part from Brightwing. Shrine gonna spawn. They're finally level 16 for POB. They can take the fight, but it is advantage in doing so. So they're gonna play it smart. I think the biggest problem was not having Arcane Barrier on Kill Plus, but now they do have it. So this may be a bit of a game changer. Do note that they also have got that Numbing Blast. Lyric with the Consumed Vitality as well. Some extra heals on Lyric. More sustain. Holy Ground. Imposing Will. Hardened Focus for Malfurion. Even more heals coming in. Sage, once again, very much behind in terms of the Guardian count. Peekaboo spotting on the enemy. POB pulls back. Derp with a very aggressive flank. Great Gravity Depth connecting. But there goes yet another Entomb catching out Derp's retreat route there, but no damage because Saber and Zazan are all just too far out. A great Sanctification buying a lot more time. Jerming taking a lot of damage. It seems like Derp's way out of position as well. Great holding ground. But Jerming does take the fall at the end. There we go. Lyric is gone. Syndra goes out doing a lot of AoE damage. Lunar Flare connecting the backline. Ravenant swings by, soaking him a lot of damage. Boxing on the enemy. Saber is going down, does go down at the end. How is nobody on Sage dying? We saw for the longest time Vala getting hit upon by 3 members of POB, but somehow the sustaining drill and Vala just managed to not die. That is the longest period of abuse I've seen in this entire career of me casting Heroes of the Storm and somebody not dying. 19 against 17 now, POB. The game is still not over for them. They're looking to be in a really, really bad spot. Almost level 20 for Sage. Here comes Power of Belief, last possible fight. Seems like the puncher is going to go towards Sage Gaming. They pick up the last one. Psych picked that up really well. Entangling Roots on 3 targets. They have a lot of combo, but it is going to take a fair bit to spark off the entire combo chain from POB. And all it takes is just one Brightwing to counter against that big wombo combo. We'll love it if Malfurion went for Moonfire. Go for it. That dodge roll. Double great execution. Tranquility ultimate pop. Here comes the Punisher, the 6th member of the team. Also, we're going to see Tyrael going down, looking for a Wrath of the Archangel now on the backline. Does do a lot of damage to the backline, but Anthony seems already dropping solo. A great Howling Blast. Lunar Flare, not so much. Arcane Flare will be enough for the pickoff. 2 men down on the side of POB. Punisher still at 50% HP. Seems like the keep is going to take the fall. Core dropping solo. Another Arcane Flare and a bit of a stun, but unstoppable. Jerming's going to be okay. Zazan pulls back. Saber also done. Bit of aggressive play from the members of Sage. Jerming now, 50% HP. Lunar Flare connect. Jerming does go down. Constellation take kill there. Seems like Browning's dropping solo. Nalra nearly dropping there. A lot of heals from the Karanda. It's going to be needed to keep the Browning alive, but it seems like it's not even enough needed. There, Zessan goes down. It's a 5-man team wipe, and POB drops this competition. Sage goes home with 3 more points tonight. A total of 4 points for Sage. POB finishes in 4th place. Now Sage is waiting for the results of the next series to know if they are going to be in the 3rd or 2nd place. We're channeling up the last fight, 84,000 damage on Vala. Look at that amount of hero damage, very consistent range AoE damage. We also got a replay up right now, so we are going to bring you that replay as we speak. Look at this engagement right here. That Sanctification was just a second too early. I think that all of the spells were already being used, and the Punisher stunning Mr. Deja Vu was kind of unexpected, but you're going to have to expect the unexpected in a kind of play. Psych landing the Howling Blast. It's a great pickoff against Malfurion here. But regardless, all 5 members just doing a lot of damage at this point. And they also got a Stomp Talon picked up. You're talking about Indestructible on Janna, Hardened Shield on the Arthas, and just so much more damage on the entire team. No Bolt of the Storm on Vala. Instead, we saw Vala going for the Vengeance, which fires penetrating bolts in the line for 34 damage every 0.25 seconds. That is a total of close to 140 damage in 1 second. That is a lot of damage, guys. Don't underestimate the Vengeance pickup on level 20 for Vala. This is where we see the 5-man team wipe against POB. 22 kills against 7. Very unfortunate conclusion here for Power of Belief. But these guys, they will still be playing in the Open Finals on 20th of February. We also got Sage Gaming proceeding on to the Open Finals. And the moment you've all been waiting for, guys. Relics versus Resurgence. That's going to happen in just a few minutes. Whoever wins this series is going to proceed on to the SCA qualifying round for the Spring Championship. 8 teams. Only 1 team will represent all of SCA in the SCA qualifier. The first spot from Singapore will be decided tonight. It's either Resurgence or Relics. All Resurgence needs is just 1 game victory because they are currently at 6 points, not dropping a single game throughout the entire Spring Pro League, proving that they are the team to beat and not Relics. Relics because they ended up with a tie in the first round against Sage Gaming. They are currently only at a total of 4 points. So what needs to happen here for Relics is if they can win 2 games, they represent Singapore in the first top seed. However, if Resurgence wins as much as even 1 game, then RSG will be your new team to fear. Is it going to be the resident champions reclaiming and defending the title, or is it going to be Resurgence proving that they are the ones that are worthy of lifting the title of the best team in Singapore? We'll see in just a few minutes, so sit tight, stay tuned. Hope you guys enjoyed this custom coverage. I am Babel, with me in Zenden, as well as Wayne the Big Feller. So we'll be back again in just a few minutes. See you guys soon. Gun goes in, very aggressive. Mighty Gus, great positioning. Zay's completely out from his healer. Julian not even using that safeguard. Now pulling back only, no target's gonna heal up. He's at almost full mana, but still no heal. Trinity has to be saved there. Julian dropping, Trinity almost going down. Will go down, 3 men down right now. On the Brack, even if he did come back there, it would have been a disastrous positioning there for the whole team. RSG, 2 level up, looking at yet another Punisher, Yu Yang.